Yeah, all in unison. It's all organized.
All right, good
It's
afternoon.
incredible. You know, I was under the impression,
So we're
and I
seeing
got to say this, I'm going to be eating my own
protests
words.
all
I
over the
was under the
world.
impression after what
Farmers,
happened in 2022
people in London, we're
here in
seeing
Canada,
protests for
in Ottawa, I
Palestine.
mean, all across Canada, essentially,
Hey, Chloe, how you doing?
but that was lightning in
I'm
a
at
bottle,
home.
that it would never happen again the way that it did.
Where are you
But
at, Chloe? Are you
I
at
really
work?
want to retract that statement because it feels like it's
So look at
happening
all these
again. I mean, with the
protests are
freedom
going on. Let
convoy
me
that's
turn off the
happening
volume here.
in Texas, these farmers'
Yeah,
protests that are
there's the
happening all across
truckers
Europe.
convoy in Texas. I think we should get more cameras down there and mess that up. There him is. Yep, just leaving. Awesome. Doesn't show you're watching, so you're not even watching me. Terrible, Chloe. But I tell you, these protests are exciting. Not that they're going to change again. Everybody complains about protests. Protests don't make any
That's
policy
another reason
change.
why
Not
these
directly,
protests
no.
aren't hitting mainstream media,
Yeah,
but
Texas don't take poop from nobody.
in Canada because
Exactly.
they don't want to. They don't want you to have
But these
ideas.
protests, they raise awareness, right? The mainstream news isn't covering what's going on. They don't understand how the WEF, the WHO, and all these other NGOs, unelected officials, are taking control of our lives and influencing our politicians. And awareness of that is key. Hey, Richard, how you doing? We're covering protests. So right now we're at a farmers' protest. I can't remember if this is in France. There's a few of them going on. Uh, they're all over the place. I'm gonna put up the link, and anybody can come in and,
This line
as
is
long as I know you and like
miles
you,
long.
and chat. There
The
is that
saddest part,
stipulation.
though,
I have to
is
know you and
the
like you.
government has put so much fear into all of us here in Canada that I don't know if
This
Europe
guy's
is taking
covering a
care of
lot of
us the way it
different
was with the Freedom
protests.
Convoy. I mean, people went to jail, people's bank
Now,
accounts got
the
frozen.
Freedom
Uh,
Convoy is an awesome one. There's a win for our side with the Freedom Convoy. The act that Justin Trudeau implemented to have police forces, unidentified police forces, come at our citizens, trample elderly people. That was deemed unnecessary, an overstretch of his reach, and he shouldn't be able to do that. Yeah, Lord, awesome. Fast recovery and healing. Yeah. Got a large orange juice next to me. Nice. Let's continue on with this a bit.
the government
Glad you
really
guys are
showed
doing
that
well.
they're willing
How's your
to
ear, Chloe?
overstep
Did you put
all of
orange
the
juice in
lines. They're
your
going to
ear?
cross all of the legalities and do what they want to do, and that's what's so scary. And you have every right to be afraid of just being thrown in jail or pulled away out of your house or having your money
Yeah, the
frozen
overreach of
because the government
powers that they
fucking did it,
used
man. Of
was
course it's
just
scary. Of
ridiculous.
course people want things to happen, but no one wants to get involved because, well, we don't want to go to jail. We don't want to have our bank accounts frozen. And that's kind of the state of Canada right now, is this lingering fear of everyone kind of
Yeah, if you're
waiting to
going to
see
protest,
what
take your money
is
out
going
of
to
your bank.
happen, but we don't want it to happen to us. And it's just horrifying.
Don't rely on
And
GoFundMe.
it's going to be interesting to see if all these different countries in Europe take the same measures as what Canada did by invoking some form of Emergencies
Oh no.
Act and
Sorry to hear that, Chloe.
overstepping their boundaries.
Got some home remedies for you to try for that.
And that's why the news that
Just
just came out
joking.
recently of the federal court
But DSM always pretty
flipping the
good for a
script
lot of
and saying
things.
it turns out the invocation of the Emergencies Act was indeed illegal. Why that is so big.
Yeah, that's not a good spot
And
to
that
have
just
it.
happened quite recently.
Self Employed in Canada? Protect your small business with Zinsurance. Zinsurance policies start at only $19 per month. Trusted by 250,000 Canadians.
There's your commercial, YouTube. Oh, that's loud. A lot of it's beeping, so I'm amazed at the number of like Palestinian protests that are going on right now, or Israel or whatever. They call them pro-Palestinian, I guess. People have really turned on Israel in a big way. I guess because they've killed so many people over a short period of time, and it's continuing as if they're fighting the military. And they're blowing up lots of Palestine, and the leaders of Hamas, they know where they are. They're not even in Palestine or the Gaza Strip or Israel or whatever you want to call it. Like, you know, when Trump was in power and he had a problem with a terrorist organization, what did he do to that Al Soleimani, I think his name was? He found him in a car and he blew him up, you know? You don't really, you shouldn't be going and killing children and women and leveling a city if we have such, you know, advanced technology. Yeah, all planned, unfortunately. Yeah, we have clips of Yasser Arafat there saying that he, you know, he has to find a way to turn the Palestinians into the aggressors. And, you know, that was the whole ISIS, Mossad, Hamas thing, right? They're all pretty much the same organization. Hi, Look Within, good to see you. So, you know, they kind of funded their own, you know, and then it took off. Yeah, it's very sad, really. They set up all of these things as trigger points, right? So now they're using Iran and the Houthi rebels to be able to attack places in Iraq and Iran. So they're, you know, and that's like Nancy Pelosi says, it's all Russia. Russia to her. And in some ways she is partly true. She is partly right. Russia does back Israel or Iran and various other places in the Middle East. So, you know, it's not really wrong to say that, but look who they back, you know? Who do they give their money to? See here, let's see, what do we got? Madrid holds a protest against Gaza conflict. You could have divine healing, Chloe. One thing in medicine is actually yeah, you should try and get some protection and some healing for that. But my wife was developing a cyst on her leg. DSMO had a great effect on it. Just saying. I'm not suggesting that you do it, but that's a beautiful building in Madrid there. Yeah, me too. Well, we're all targeted on some level. Yeah. DSMO. Yeah, just this, this gel. This is not medical advice. This is just what my wife experienced. Yeah, so just DSMO. It's good for aches and pains, apparently. So, yeah, so that is a beautiful building. Madrid's a beautiful place. Hopefully, it's in an accessible area. That's the next thing, right? Is it? So here's another 3-minute video about the UK farmers. We've got French farmers, Dutch farmers.
British farmers are going to be protesting. I don't have an exact date yet, but it won't be long. We will be protesting soon. If you see or hear anything about this
it does look
protest,
like a
please
Disney
share it as
castle.
far as you possibly can. Tell people that are farmers as well, and tell people that aren't farmers, because it's actually really difficult for us to get a message out there effectively, quickly, and precisely. I have linked below a page called The F in Farmer. Please don't violate me for that.
So this is meant for sharing.
And
so
basically, they have lots of information on their page, and there'll be more information announced once we have more of a solid plan in place.
post a link
There
for
is a
that.
very organised plan currently behind the scenes, and I've spoken with the person behind the FN Farmer, and
She's
he
posh
genuinely
UK.
sounds organised, which is really promising.
I do believe in protesting. I
Obviously,
believe
we
it's
need to
our right.
finalise those plans, make sure everybody's on the
One
same
of our
page,
rights.
so we can all put that message out there as one combined. And then people know what to do, where to go, how, what we're doing, that sort of thing. So we're just finalising that at the moment. Then there will be so much more information available to you guys. So bear with us. Please keep your eyes and your ears peeled. And if you can share anything about protests from farmers in the UK or around the world for that matter, please do, because we desperately need your support. And I know lots of you are behind this already, and you're already there, ready and waiting. The comments on this video were just incredible to read, and my messages have been bombarded with lovely messages of support for people saying, if you do protest, we'll be with you. And we are protesting. We are going to protest. We would love to see you there with us.
Guys, I thought I'd just drop you a quick video, tell you how the campaign's going for No Farmers, No Food. As members of the general public, you obviously come to realise quite quickly that you need food to live on. Farmers produce every meal that you eat, and excuse me being out of breath, it's a busy morning. Farmers produce everything you eat, and that is going to start drying up very soon. Major commitments from the governments and European Union and so forth to stop farmers producing food. So I want to do something about that, along with a lot more people, and I would just ask you guys to do me a favour. Over the past week I've been sharing lots of videos and lots of logos, and that's been fantastic. We've been getting people involved in getting behind the farmers. What I would now like to do is to
Yeah, that's a local thing, Rich. Right?
to support this campaign by doing a simple thing.
I
I'm
talk
gonna
more
drop a
London
logo,
like Gabble.
take the logo and then share it on your, whether that's your profile of your Facebook, Twitter and so forth, to show your solidarity with the farmers. At the end of the day, farmers do not want to take action against anybody. You know, we're
Should do like a color revolution,
It's
green
about
and
looking after the
brown.
animals,
There you
looking
go.
after the farms
The
and
green
after
of the
food.
earth and the brown, or the green of the plants and the brown of the
need your
earth.
support in this, because
Like the
if the government
Ukraine
gets away with what the
revolution
legislation they're putting in place,
protests,
then
eh?
we're going to have problems with food supply. That food supply is going to dwindle down to you guys paying a massive
Yeah, the amount of
money for
protests
your
going
food.
on at the
And
moment
as
is
farmers, we don't want that.
absolutely
What we wanna do is
amazing.
put food on the table for everybody.
You're going to have
there-
a farmer 3 times
I was
every
trying to
single day in
find-
your life.
There are protests
Go to your
going
doctor
on
maybe
for
once
the
a month, maybe
WEF,
once
the
a year.
WHO,
Dentist the same. Your accountant.
Palestine,
solicitor. But you're going to need that farmer
government.
3 times a day, every single day. Never forget that. We're an important
let's,
part of the whole system of life.
Let's go over here. just do a search and see how prolific it is pro-Palestinian. This one they've done a lot of Palestinian. Let's see, 20 hours ago. See another Free Palestine. Israel, Israel is having protests. Now in the Israel side, it's interesting. There are pro and anti-Palestinian protests and sides in Israel. Sides in Israel. Let's see, where are we here? Maiden protests. USPSA. Okay. A lot of these are in different languages too. Wish they would put English subtitles. But there are let's see, where are we? Russian ignored protests. Protesting the WEF here. Let's see. There's a lot of, we have a party called the Conservative Party. The leader of it has vowed not to take anybody from the WEF. However, he did appoint his finance minister from the, what was it, the Trilateral Commission. So that was ridiculous. Please take action against farmers blocking the highway. Let's take a look here. Oh, look at that vehicle. Okay, so they're clearing up tires. I guess they've dumped tires on the highway. That's awesome. Loads of UFO reports, eh? Oh, Liverpool. He was from Liverpool. Ah, the manure. They're spraying that on the French capital, which I appreciate that. Oh, lumber too, nice. Next thing they'll be throwing some plague cattle or something. Oh, the Great Reset saying no to net zero. Elon Musk's Psy-Opps exposed. Wow. We'll have to look at that one. Okay. So who of us thinks that Elon Musk is a Psy-Opp? I think that's a valid one, topic to talk about, because we are here for Psy-Opps as well as protests. Are some of these protests, are they Psy-Opps as well? Like we know that, look at that picture. I'll have to go to Madrid, eh? That looks beautiful. Oh, wrong one. What happened there? we lost. Paul was the guy. I don't trust Elon Musk at all. Yeah, well, like he basically works for government, right? All of his contracts have to come from government because private citizens aren't really putting shit up into space, are we? I haven't put up a satellite recently. I don't know if you guys have. Any of you put up a satellite recently for a major government? You know? I heard his origin story as he told it. He had the clothes on his back and a little bit of money, and then his dad was crazy. His dad made up the story about the diamond mine. And that was apparently a total hoax. So he was penniless and, just happened to make all of his money. I don't really know how. Yeah, his dad was wrong. It was just made up, apparently. So even on its, either way you look at it, you've got two, probably more varying stories. Hi, Lucky. On, his origin and his making his money. So which one is truth, right? So we're always fed disinformation, right? The governments are the biggest purveyors of disinformation. He uses the rogue tech guy to make him look like he's on our side. I think that's entirely possible. Like how much of an actor are these people, right? Are they all actors? Could be. They have had 100 years to put people in place to, keep these family lines in positions of power. How separate is he from them? I don't think he's that separate, Doesn't seem to be. But they want to convince us that he is. There's an interesting one. Right? It is all about power. Money is almost meaningless. They took the meaning out of money a long time ago when they devalued the dollar and made it into nothing. Made it into paper. They took us into papacy. Here's a protest against right-wing extremism, apparently. And the AFD. I don't know what the AFD is. So, is this for refugees coming in? I guess. Yeah, Joe Rogan. They all have agendas. Yeah, see, Joe Rogan probably. Like Alex Jones, he even in one thing says that, he's been captured by the enemy and used as a whipping post, pretty much, an example, if you will, a testing ground. But he doesn't explore ADF is Alternative for German Party. Oh, okay. Thanks, Seven. Was I? Lost my thought there. Yeah, Alex Jones. He doesn't explore all possibilities on the virus. So that seems to be his Achilles point. He presents a lot of information on a lot of different things and a lot of different viewpoints, accepting on that, you know. So you watch for what these people won't touch to see if they're controlled. It seems like that's the way. You know, Alex was actually honest enough to tell us how it goes. So you can say whatever you want. You've got just this one thing where we don't want you to even touch it, you know. So go ahead and make your noise, do your part here, but stay off of this topic. Joe Rogan, yeah, I don't know. Are these, you know, we're not having any real nobodies, you know, coming to the surface. I don't know if is that a limitation of their reach? Is it like, because there are people with good ideas. It's hard to be like a politician though, to you know, pander and play that game, you know. It's very, I don't know, I find it kind of Sri Lankan's Independence Day parade. Nice. Alex is a steam slave. There's a little, oh. I'm going to put the link up again. If you want to come up and talk about Psy-Opps, Seven, I'd have some fun with that. Or anyone else? What's your pet peeve on Psy-Opps? What's the Psy-Opp you've found that nobody else has? Jerry Corbell. I don't know him. Snake oil salesman. Dr. Greer. Yeah, a lot of them are making money. Always some to sell books, DVDs. Yeah, you know, is there even one? I suppose it'd be much easier instead of wondering who's a psyop, who do you think is not a psyop? Is there anyone out there that anyone could point to and say that's not a psyop and not be torn down in the next 2 minutes? You know, are we just at the whim right now to all of these people who you know, have none of our interest in mind, no matter who we back or support in any way, is always going to sell us out in the end, right? Anyone out there that, you know, other than, you know, the common man, it seems, you know, that people view it just as a big club, right? It's a big club, as George Carlin said, and you're not in, you know? You have a heavy cold? Sorry to hear that. You know, give your brains a rattle there for a bit. Yeah, I was gonna discuss that. Am I a psyop? Or am I, you know, am I a victim of a psyop? That's a possibility, right? Is, you know, are the things that I think like about remote viewing, are they a psyop? Have I been psyoped into remote viewing? Oh, that sucks, Richard. Yeah. I wear lots of protection so I don't get sick. I used to get an achy, sick feeling every fall because the air would clear up and the energy would flow through the air much better, and I'd collect a lot more, huge amounts of static electricity on me. So I started wearing silver shirts and grounding, and that doesn't happen to me anymore. Hi, the Healer Empath channel. I'm still waiting. There's like 9 or 10 people in here. Can we point a few mid-level influences are legit, but anyone above that seems compromised. Okay. I trust the elders with discernment. They've got the elders, like the people perpetrating this are freaking ancient, you know, child-sucking vampires, you know, who live to be like 99 or whatever, like Kissinger or whatever. Like, look at Klaus Schwab. He's still kicking. He ain't that far behind Kissinger. You know, these people never go away, it seems. But, you know, like, okay, so a mid-level influencer. I don't know. What about within our government? Like, do we have anybody there? Bless you too, Healer Empath. Anybody in our government, you know, that's not a shield. Like, we've got a pandering man right now who's Pierre Polyev, I was mentioning before. We've got a lady out west. I don't know. Lady out in our, it's like our Texas. But they may have psyoped her as well, right? Danielle Smith out in Canadian Texas, which is Alberta. That's where all the oil's made and stuff. And they've got her out there, and she's going drill, baby, drill. Well, refine. You know, keep your guns. She's doing a lot of interesting stuff. She just outlawed transgender surgeries for minors, and also the therapies. Being right wing is becoming very popular, it seems. So we're going to get a lot of people that are Psy-Opps or working for these other people that are going to be coming over just as a course of, you know, going with the tide. We got to watch out for them. I guess the eternal vigilance, but really the best thing to do would be to get these people gone and out of power and have term limits for politics. You know, term limits will get rid of some of it, you know, not allowing people to be lifelong politicians. Now that would really help. You know, because really we could have a voting system with AI, if you could trust it, where all of your votes could be put into AI, and the AI would decide what is being done, right? Where the resources get allocated, because the government really shouldn't be making laws outside of the people's wishes, you know? All right, smoke break. Yeah, Chloe will be home soon. Haven't seen Scotty Boy. He was complaining that I wasn't doing my afternoon shows. But he's not here. Where are you, Scotty? I don't trust the influx of influencers that just discovered nationalism and all of a sudden became inevitable. Yeah, see, that's definitely going to happen, right? Um, and they know that. They probably planned their fall as well, to keep their infiltration going. Um, you know, and we could have an audit done. Like an audit hasn't been done worldwide or even countrywide for ever. I don't think ever. An audit of spending and agencies should be done, and we can determine which money was put out there ill-gotten, which is probably 90% of it would be repoed. In my opinion, it should be destroyed. That would return the value immediately to a level where people that had investments and things like that of value, properties, all that, that value would immediately jump by 90%, which is awesome. The value of your dollar would go up. So all these ill-gotten gains and printed money that we've done over the past, you know, five years or more, I think, we need like a 10-year audit to see, you know, when it all started falling apart, which was long ago. We could keep going back to the beginning of the Fed practically. Hi, Shadow and Light, good to see you. But people's personal property, you know, except for those who benefited off of the shams, the scams, and all that, they can keep, you know, I guess most of their money, because most of it will be scam free, hopefully. But these drug companies, these billionaires that have, as Bill Gates made off of the past pandemic, you know, that money should be returned to the people, or really, in my opinion, just destroyed, because it's all brand new money. They just ship over to them. So we could get rid of that. That would be awesome. So destroying, I don't know if that could be like a, you know, a court case or, you know, a movement or anything, but destroying all ill-gotten money would benefit all people underneath these oligarchs, or even stripping the royals of property and wealth would be a really good step in the right direction. What is it? The British Crown there owns a quarter or something of the land in Britain. You know, that's ridiculous. And there are other families that don't call themselves royals, you know, but they, through the centuries, have, through ill-gotten gains, wars, and trickery, amassed vast fortunes. When you look up and try to find all the royal families, there's only 20 to 30, they claim, but there's over 170 countries, and each one of them had potentates at one time or families that were running them in a feudalistic style. So I don't know. That would be a good idea, at least to me, just to get rid of that ill-gotten money. That would fix a lot of problems. But I want to know anyone that's not a psyop. Like even I could be a psyop. How trustworthy are we? Seven Serpents. What about the psyop movements? Even the spiritual movements of 5D, prosperity preachers. King of England owns Denver Airport. Oh, cool. Yeah, they own a lot of shit, you know. And there's duchies and families. I don't know if they're called duchies, but families that you know, over the centuries have gotten vastly rich. They're not put in the you know, top 10 richest people on the planet or anything like that. These people are all entirely exempt from that. What is that? The Forbes tops 10 richest doesn't even come close, really. Um, not even close. You know, there are trillionaires out there that we don't even know their names. You know, they'll never be printed, not in Forbes. But could you imagine the vast wealth that's being held up by these people, right? While we work with scraps, paying taxes to them, you know, so that their wealth expands as ours decreases. Yeah, it's well, like, you know, it is the power that goes with it, you know, at this point. Good afternoon, Amber. Just making ends meet is what we do. You know, when you start off with a few, you know, a few $1 billion and the training on how it's done, like we're not taught wealth management in schools. They don't want you to do that. They don't want you to know how to own property and, you know, use the loopholes of the wealthy. If we were really interested in, you know, if they were interested in making people have good lives, they would have taught them how to use the system, right? Economics, yeah. How was that for teaching you about wealth management? Good to see you, the Citizen Broadcasting Cooperative. Took 3 economics classes in high school. So did it help? Here's the link. I don't know you that well, but you can come on up. Yeah, I don't know if it really helped a lot of people. I know a lot of people that took economics. What's to know beyond the balance sheet? Yeah, so that's just like an accounting course, really. Yeah, yeah. System's not really set up for us, you know. I'm glad it helped you say F you to the system. You haven't paid taxes. That's a trick. Up here in Canada, a friend of mine tried that. And he got in a lot of trouble. Had to do some refinancing and stuff. Yeah, right. It's for the banks. Exactly. I'm good at allergic reaction to paint I used in my room. Oh no. I'm on steroids now. Are you feeling strong? Or do you feel a little more like a man? Sorry to hear that, Amber. That's gotta suck. Well, a lot of people getting sick lately. Which lymph node? Where is it? Like they're all over your body. They could be like from your neck down to your groin and stuff. Everywhere. Hi, F Kitty. What time are we at here? A few more minutes. Meow meow Max. What's in the spray? What spray? Hold on, what are we talking about there? You have to recap me there, the Citizen Broadcasting. What spray? Oh, okay. I don't know. I have a spray here. This is colloidal silver and gold. I keep that around to put on stuff. It's good for inflammation, I find. Not medical information, not medical advice, again. But really seems to help with that for me. Oh, what this? Yeah, I'm more of a combination guy. I think they use that in conjunction with like our food, water, and radiation, cell phone and wireless radiation. So I think it's a combination. It's a multifaceted attack, really. I like to often imagine what our health would be if we isolated ourselves from that. You know. Hey, Paula.
Hello.
Oh, hold on.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay.
Just
It kept
checking
muting
some.
itself.
Oh, I did that. I was just checking your settings. Yeah, don't get
Yes.
sick. That's the idea. Yeah. You don't get
Yeah, they're
sick. That's
gassing
good.
us. They're
Yeah.
gassing
Yeah.
us with the fake fog.
Yep. Yep. You can go
Yep.
to geoengineeringwatch
Yes.
.com. It's a great place to go for what they're doing. He goes to the NOAA web site, and somehow he's found out how to find out what they're going to be doing to us in the future through that website.
Well, because you can look online. You can look up patent numbers for fog. Look up patented fog, and they've been doing this since.
Yeah, he's managed to find how to decipher when and where they're going to be spraying.
Oh wow!
Yeah, because they
I'll have to
apparently
look.
they post their sprayings in advance. So yeah,
Huh.
let me find his.
Well, they think they have to tell you before they do it so that they don't have to pay the karma of it. But words are power, use them wisely. This time they're not getting away with it. Say it with me, everyone. This time they're going to be busted.
I think they are getting busted.
Yeah.
It's happening slowly, but once it picks up steam.
Yeah, it needs to go faster before we're all gassed
Yeah,
to
I've been
death.
saying that for 3 years. Yeah. Let's see.
Yes. Keep saying it until it
Well,
happens.
yeah.
That's the key.
Been saying that for a long time, yeah. Since the 90s when they started doing the chemtrailing. That, yeah.
Yeah. I remember the first time I seen a line in the sky and I didn't know what it was called, and I was like, what the fuck is that? That's not a cloud. The fuck? Hey, look at that. That's coming out of a fucking plane. What the fuck is that? You know?
There we go. Yeah, I'll post his website. Hi, Max. I think he has a YouTube channel as well that I've subbed to, but here's his website. I believe it has a link to the YouTube channel.
Ah.
They started in the 70s. Yeah, they did, but it got really bad in the around the 80s in my area.
Well, I just had an idea. I doubt I could get my husband to get me one because, well, he's a control freak, but we should probably get those little gas masks that we can wear whenever they're fake fogging us.
Yeah, we've had a lot of fog recently over, starting before Christmas. We've had a couple of weeks of fog. Just,
Yeah, and that's ridiculous.
yeah,
That's not a thing. Yeah, for it to
yeah,
be that long.
yeah. My wife definitely thinks they're doing so. I couldn't tell. I couldn't smell anything. So usually I can smell what they're spraying. That time, no. I was probably too clogged up or something with it.
I just
My
try to
wife,
stay indoors, but if I had one of those gas masks, then I could go outside.
yeah. I don't know what kind you'd need though. It depends on. You have to pick the right type of filter. That's the. You
Yeah,
mean like the
I
one with
know.
the two filters? Yeah. You have to pick the
Yeah,
right type of
double.
filter.
Yes. Do your research before you spend any money.
Yeah. The filters are not
Yes.
that expensive because
Right.
they're meant to be replaceable.
Right.
Thunder snow is a new phenomena.
Yep. Yeah.
We used to have thunder in the ice. That happens pretty often. The ice will crack and it sounds like thunder.
Oh,
But
wow.
yeah, thunder while it's snowing is a pretty unusual phenomena.
Yeah. Well, I missed the beginning of the show here. You
Oh, we
named
were
it.
covering all the protests and
Psy-Opps.
stuff.
Oh, the protests. Yeah.
Yeah, they're going on all over the place. I was looking. I saw a few protesting few countries protesting the WEF and the WHO, but those got buried. So
Of course. Of course. Yes. But, hey, one thing is true. What you do in the dark will
hola,
be
the hook.
brought to the light, is how it's
Yeah.
worded in the Bible. However, all lies come to the light, and you can see the truth. So lies are only temporary. It's just like a bandage. And the bandage eventually wears out and falls off. So I don't even know why they even try to lie.
Well, they think they can keep us asleep. And for a lot of people, it is true. They will be able to keep them asleep. But
Yeah, but we're coming into a time when they won't even be able to keep the sleepers asleep.
yeah, it is coming to that. And there is
Yes.
supposed to be an energetic aspect to that, a spiritual and energetic aspect that they're trying to beat with
Yes.
their technology and all of the schemes.
Oh, I love it. Technology. I'm gonna steal that one.
You got it. I stole it from somebody else, I think. So, but yeah, they're definitely trying to. Yeah, Max is beautiful.
Oh, yes, he is. He's
He's
like,
so
I am
handsome. There
beautiful.
you go.
It's all
There's the
about me.
handsome
I am the
boy.
beautiful Max.
That's why he comes up here. He needs his screen time. And he's
Yes, he
happy.
needs his screen time.
There you go.
He's a pretty boy.
Oh, might be something happening in the kitchen. Okay.
No,
You
something going on
decide.
in the kitchen.
You decide what you're doing there, Max.
Mommy's in the kitchen
Yeah.
making some.
He's quite a character. Yeah.
Oh,
Hmm. So, do you know of anyone that is not a psyop? What about the Q shaman? Psyop or not psyop?
I think that it's all a psyop, and I also think that the reason that it is those there are some that are trying to keep the sleepers asleep. They're making it so painfully obvious as so to wake everyone the fuck up. I've been saying that
Hmm.
for a while, but it's time to start
Okay.
saying it again. Because it's so obvious. Even a sleeper should be able to see this. They tell you right on live TV
Hmm.
what they're doing. Yeah, it's so obvious. So eventually it's going to click because that's what the epiphany is all about. The
Hmm. Now,
apocalypse.
I haven't seen a
Yes.
lot of live TV or news reports recently. What I have been seeing is a lot of exposure of the problems that are going on now. So it seems like some type of a collapse might be coming, some of a system, because they're going after the border on TV. I've seen
Hmm.
that, but that's just
Yeah.
a symptom of something else. If they're all
Yeah.
piling on board, like you guys have got 24 or more states piling on board on this particular issue all of a sudden, you know.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
what? How many years into the problem? You know,
I know, right?
right? And
Yeah.
all of a sudden it becomes an issue.
Well,
So,
and there's another redundancy that's happened recently too, where over there in the Israel vicinity, 3 Americans were killed. So now we're going to make an example. Oh, really? Well, you've fucking been killing us for the past 3 or 4 fucking years now, but because those three died, all of a sudden, it's a problem.
yeah, now they get to go
What
war
the
with
fuck?
Iraq, Iran, and a few other countries, because they were
It's
all involved.
hilarious. You see?
They attacked our targets in Iraq and in Iran apparently. So they've got
That
their war. They've got their war
this is
brewing.
This is one of the things that's going to wake up the sleepers because they kept saying, don't vote for Trump. He's going to bring us into World War III, blah, 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 blah. And what is Biden regime doing? Bringing in World War III.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know if they'll have the
That
troops for
has to
World War
wake
III. They
people up.
certainly don't have the numbers they want right now. Um, that's why I think there's a lot of talk of conscription. And, with an economic, a good point was made by somebody I was watching and one of the influencers. But
Mhm.
if you have an economic collapse and the army is sitting there going, well, we'll feed you and give you some money, uh, what are a lot of people going to do if they have no other option? So they're trying to set up, it seems like, a situation where it's going to be no choice. You don't have, um, yeah, Trump and the Biden party together. I think
Oh,
so.
to work. Well, I think it's just to wake people up. I really do. The whole thing is a fucking shit show psyop. And it's just to wake the people up. It's the
Well, yeah,
age of
Trump.
Aquarius is about waking up, knowing, and ascension, and all that good stuff.
Yeah, like Trump practice. We even saw Trump practice to be the good guy and the bad guy, right?
Yeah, yeah.
He was on the W. He was in the wrestling for a while. Then he did, The Apprentice and all that.
Hmm.
You know, he's obviously an actor. What have we got for
Yeah.
a prime minister, a drama teacher? So,
Yes, and they also call the world a stage. The world is a stage, and each must
hmm
play a part. So, what part are you going to play?
yeah.
This is the part
hmm
I play. The speaker of truth,
Two
no
sides of the
matter how
same
much it might
ass.
piss
Yeah.
someone off.
So yeah, how do we get rid of these people? How do we, They're so
People
embedded,
wake up.
you know? They're so embedded. It's ridiculous.
I think it's going to come down to what I've been
Try
saying all
William
along.
Cooper. Haven't
If
seen William
everyone
Cooper.
stops, if everyone stops voting and these fuckers are still in office, then they're going to finally know that their vote never counted and that they're not elected, they're selected.
Oh, yeah, some dead people will vote. Is it
Well, they're
Bill
not going to
Cooper?
need dead people this time
Hmm.
because they're bringing in all new ones now that are not supposed to be able to vote, but they're making it to where they can.
Yeah, they're trying to make that happen, that's for sure.
So they're not going to need to use dead
Yeah,
people
they're going to
this
try
time.
to draft them into the army and put them in the police forces. Maybe they'll get the same treatment like the transgenders get. They won't have to go on, they won't have to do training or go on missions,
Yeah. Well,
And they've
also
lowered
make it to,
they've lowered the requirements, so you don't have to have any physical requirements really to be in the army anymore.
are you breathing? Then you're in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but just purpose that when they do off your ass, that you don't go into that light and that you stick around and kick ass and take names. Because they can't stop you then.
Bill Cooper. He's not broadcasting though now, is he? Isn't he dead or something?
He's dead. They killed him in his front yard, just like he said.
Yeah. Get rid of that guy.
They
That's
got
the
rid of
thing, eh?
him.
Like
Yeah.
they've killed off over the past few years, probably 8 to 12 African presidents. Just gone. Nothing in the news about it either. They just go up to their houses and boom, 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 shoot them, kill them.
Yeah.
They've been attacked on stages. Like
Yeah.
if you're not along with what's going on, they'll just off you. If
Yep.
you're in a small enough country where we can hide the news. But like
Yep.
it's been at least 8. Ridiculous. Just outright murder. Of these.
Yes.
So yeah, how do you
And
survive that? How do you survive that on any level, right? If you're an up and
yeah.
comer, well, you just disappeared. They might try to threaten you or something, but in a lot of cases, it's probably just a lot easier just to get rid of you.
Yeah. But
Somewhere in time.
but that's why I say, purpose to not go into the fake light where they're going to reset you and kick you back in the ring. Purpose to do something about it. When you are no longer limited by the flesh that surrounds your spirit.
Yeah, come back here and wreak havoc.
That's right. Because we do not wrestle against flesh and blood, but against principalities and powers in high spiritual places. That's the government. That is how I decipher that script. The low words spoken of in the Bible are the
Followed by a
government.
comment. Okay. Wow. That's pretty
What's
cool. We got a there is not a big eclipse coming, or I think there is.
Oh, yeah, there's an
Um,
eclipse coming.
And
Apparently.
I think Richard or somewhere, yeah,
Thank you,
citizen
Chloe.
misspoke there.
I did not know.
But there's going to be a comment after that. That's cool.
Nice. Especially if it's a green comet. You watch Anna, right, Max?
No.
Oh, Jesus. You need to watch her last, 5 videos.
Anna?
Mind Forward.
Oh, yeah. I do watch her, yeah. I catch her every once in a
Yes.
while. Yeah.
Holy friggin' sheep shit.
So
I call her
us.
Anna.
Okay, so tell us then. Yeah, I haven't seen it. So what's
Oh,
her...
there's no way to even begin to tell you. You'd have to
the
watch
basic end result.
Mind Forward.
You know.
Well, she said she has seen the coming of our salvation. So like
Okay.
we're in a time where it's look up for your redemption draweth nigh type thing.
Okay. And she's seeing
Yes.
signs pointing to that.
Yes.
Got it. Okay.
Yes. And she
Okay.
works on the calendar, the new
Yeah.
calendar. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Just need some description for that for people watching,
Yes.
so you don't
Yes. It's very,
throw out
very
a name and
intriguing,
no description. It's kind of
very
frustrating.
interesting. She's not religious anymore, like I'm not religious anymore. She realizes that Lucifer becomes Christed, because isn't that the hope of every person, to go from evil to good? And when everyone wakes up, that includes the asshat son of a bitches. Because also
Cool.
remember, the way I see this
Well,
is
maybe
in the
that's what
beginning
we're
it was
seeing.
dark, and then the light burst forth from the darkness. How
Mhm.
awesome is it going to be when light bursts forth from those dark sons of bitches?
Well, prophecy does say, that every eye will see, right? So,
Yes, well, also remember, back in the day, I used to call my channel Supernova for that reason.
okay. Yeah.
Because when we shine our light, it's going to be just as contagious as any so-called virus. Hundredth monkey.
Okay.
When we go supernova, they go supernova.
New Age equals Luciferian. Yeah. It can be.
And
It
it's
is
coming.
kind of, yeah, getting out of like associations with ideas, or wokeism, or any of these isms, New Age ism. You know, you're following cults.
Yeah. No, I'm just going by reason and logic mostly.
Yeah.
Good does win over evil. Truth wins over lies, period. And whatever that looks like is the truth.
Mm. Yeah, New Age is teaching a lot of people that they are like God, and they can, create things, and they're creators. They're putting themselves in the position of, well, in trying to put themselves in place of God, which makes them the devil. That's what the devil tried to do.
Well, Christ said that we were gods, but I think it should have said maybe demigods or something. We
Yeah.
are
Well, it's
becoming,
gods with little g.
because yeah, gods with little g, and we are part of Creator God source. So
Yeah.
there is that spark. That is the
And
spark that is in us,
yeah,
that
in the
God spark.
Hebrew, it does demote us to lower than the Creator.
Well, yeah,
Because
because we're
God with
not.
little g, you can go to the Strong's Concordance and you'll see.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. We aren't the Creator. We're part of the
But
Creator.
we're part of a teeny tiny little snippet of, and that
Yeah.
is all.
Yeah, create a universe for me. Yeah. But
Yeah.
that's what some people want to do. They want to create universes, and they're the creator. And really, it is putting yourself in trying to be the creator, which is what the devil wanted to do.
But look what they're creating, shit.
Yeah.
So, to whom much is given, much is expected, which is why they don't have squat.
Well, you can create a perfect world, where, but then you're going to have a problem once you introduce free will, That's always, you can have a perfectly working mechanical world, mechanical people, but, who never get mad, never get upset, nobody fights. But as soon as you introduce free will, you're going to start having problems.
If they would just use their free will properly, it wouldn't be a problem, though. And I think that's coming.
Yeah, with the third eye open, because we're
Yes.
right now we're disconnected. We don't feel as or see as much as we should.
Blue lotus. I think I heard about this on TikTok. Blue lotus flower is supposed to at least assist. It says open your third eye, but I'm going to say at least assist in opening the third eye. So I'm going to try to talk my husband into getting me some, because even though at birth my third eye was open, I'm pretty sure everyone's is at birth, because we haven't been here long enough to be poisoned yet. So the Blue Lotus, I don't know. I feel like it's at least going to help us open it back up. Because some say
What's the
that
Blue Lotus? What's the Blue Lotus?
Blue Lotus flower, it's the flower.
Okay.
Apparently,
so we're all gonna eat the Blue Lotus, or what?
I don't know if it's a tincture or a pill, or I don't know, but I'm gonna try to get my hands on some.
Okay. Cool.
Oh, good. She heard about it too.
Oh, just get DMT or meditate, says Citizen Broadcasting.
Yeah, for those who have the patience to meditate. Yes.
Yeah, there's a couple of things that are pretty interesting. A lot of these extreme things people are doing, like even meditation, can come with its downsides. Cold plunging, all of these things that people are doing to increase their spirituality. Sometimes they have a negative side, Too much meditation can lead to psychosis, or even, over experiencing emotions or under experiencing emotions, or,
Yes.
Too
Too much of a good thing can be bad too.
Yeah. So, be careful
That's what
with
balance is
a lot
for.
of this stuff, because there are negative sides to it,
Yeah, you have
I
to
kind of
have that
avoid
balance.
against following, or, most of us here aren't followers, which is great. You're more
Right.
leaders in your own life,
Reading.
which is the way to be. But don't get led down paths. Just a general warning to others listening and stuff,
Yes. Screw the rabbit holes. If it's not going to save your soul, don't bother with it. Yes, pay attention to your surroundings and know what's going on, but don't go down the rabbit holes and end up in yet another cult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Drugs, meditation, got it. Yep, whatever you feel good doing.
It's not drugs. Because even if he or she means cannabis, it's not a drug, it's an herb. A flower. Just like the lotus flower.
Oh, let
So
people
no,
think
not
of it what they
drugs.
want. The only negative side is not being pure or true with intents. Well, yeah. A lot
Yes,
of
you have
people
to
don't
be
have.
clear with your
Yeah,
intent.
that's very helpful. But some people don't even have the state of mind to even, the stable enough state of mind to even start meditation.
Yeah. However, like I said, as one wakes up, two wakes up, three wakes up, four wakes up, and so on.
Yeah.
Yes. They'll be the ones at the end of the line, but they will wake up.
I know that, Chloe. I know that, Chloe. Except the ones I drag you down. I always drag people down my rabbit holes. Because of the drugs. Because I got high. Wasn't there a song like that? Because I got high.
Because I got high. Yeah. Da, 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 da.
Yeah,
That's
shrooms.
a cute
I
song.
take shrooms. I smoke pot. Yeah.
Shroom,
Haven't done
shroom, shroom.
DMT. Haven't done a DMT trip. That's we produce DMT on our own anyway.
Where do you get extra DMT at, by the way?
Kids on the street, I guess.
Oh. Well, how the fuck are they getting it?
I know a couple kids that can get it. Apparently, I heard you can make it. I don't know. I haven't looked into that, so I have no idea.
Huh. Or you could use meditation for producing more DMT.
Hi,
Maybe.
Lady Spitfire. I hate it.
Oh, Spitfire. I like it.
I tried telling you chakras was demonic. That's interesting. Yeah.
Uh, I haven't decided. I'm undecided where that's concerned because they could be what trap us, what they're using to control us. But at the same time, if you keep the balance in that thought, then you can loose yourself from them as you wake up. You loose yourself. That's the 7 seals that will be broken.
Yeah, I heard that the chakra system was actually channeled information, but there is some evidence for it from India and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
the knowledge of it. So, you know, which is it? Like,
Yeah.
if it's channeled information, then I consider it kind of suck. I'm not a fan of channeled information, except for medical information.
Yeah, I don't buy into the channeled things, but
Yeah, but I do use the chakra system because its pattern works into a lot of
yeah,
natural cycles. So,
yes,
you know,
yes. But, it's just like your birth chart information. It says, for example, you can be good and you can also be bad. So what you do is you choose the good over the bad. And just because it says that these bad things could possibly happen to you doesn't mean they're absolutely going to. If you know your birth chart information, you know where your weaknesses are and you can work on it.
yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Yeah. I've told people that before, and you know, your birth chart's there so you can overcome your deficiencies,
Yeah,
to rise
yes.
above it, you know.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Absolutely.
Yeah. It's not something you're supposed to be a victim to.
No. It says, oh, I could end up, for example, oh, you could end up homeless on the streets and blah, blah, blah. So I should just
Oh,
sit
no.
here until I end up homeless on the streets. No, it doesn't say that in my birth chart information. It's just an example. So I just sit here until I end up homeless, or do I try to do something about it beforehand so that that does not happen?
Yeah, I've
And of
heard that,
course, me,
Chris.
I would do something so that that wouldn't
Yeah,
happen.
I've heard that Christ went to India theory.
Yes,
Yeah, and he went to Egypt as well, I think.
everywhere. Uh-huh.
Yeah, there was a mystery school that used to churn out people, and you'd take a new name, and oftentimes people would take the name Isis or Jesus as their new name. There was even a King Jesus. Can't remember when
Huh.
he was around,
Well,
but yeah, it's
according
actually
to the
pretty.
script they gave us, we will get a new name that no one knows yet,
Mm.
but Creator God Source. So I don't think that other than your YouTube channel, you should be renaming yourself anything. You take the good, you take the bad. The facts of life.
Yep,
Yeah.
which into the rabbit holes of the birth chart. I uh, think you all look way too much. I haven't really looked at many of my birth charts. I've never really read them. I have a couple. I have one that you sent me. I still haven't read it.
Yeah.
Um, you know, if you pay attention to I found you look at the 7 vices, 7 virtues. Live your life by that,
Mhm.
and the golden rule. It's really
Well,
so simple.
the birth chart information is what I use it for is transits. What am I struggling with now? Is it in the birth chart that I will be struggling with it? Yes. Well,
Yeah.
then it kind of also gives you ideas of what you could do to combat it.
Hmm. Yeah.
And so I'm mostly into the
I do. I
transits part.
I
But
did
at the
pay
same
attention
time,
to the general deficiencies that can
mm,
happen predominantly in like a Virgo, you know.
yes.
And I self-analyzed for that, found
There you
that
go.
there probably was some, and you work on it. you know?
Yes, you have to be honest with yourself, though. Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. Being critical, hypercritical of yourself, you know? Analyze
And
how you
others.
behave and how others respond to you, you know?
Yeah.
If you're not getting good responses out of people, could be something with you instead of them. A lot of people will
Yeah, maybe it's
con-
you.
yeah, a lot of people will constantly say, no, no, that person's an asshole. Yeah, everybody's an asshole, you know? Well,
Everybody has the ability.
maybe it's not them. Maybe it's, you know.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and some of us are hard to swallow. We're like a big pill that's hard to swallow. And so bad
Yeah,
people don't like good people. And so then you can't help that. So don't even worry about it.
yeah. Well, even
If
like
you know
something
you're a
simple
good
like
person,
jealousy, you know, jealousy. That's got to be
yeah.
one of the harder ones to overcome because it's like an automatic response, you know.
Oh, I'm
Um,
not jealous of anybody.
you know,
I never was.
that's I suppose it's just as hard as anger for some, you know. Like, and we don't think of those. Everybody thinks of anger as a problem, or you know, we don't
Yeah,
think
I
of
don't
other
think anger is
things.
a problem. I believe there's such thing as righteous anger, and it's there for a reason.
Well, maybe that's a problem for you. I don't
No, actually, no, it's not.
know.
I am supposed to feel the full spectrum of emotions,
Okay.
and that is exactly what I have been my entire life, pretty much the full spectrum of emotions.
Okay.
And
Well, just
if I'm happy, then I'm happy. But if somebody comes along and does something that pisses me off or hurts my
does it
feelings, then
say
I'm
to
going
make
to then
everyone
feel the
around you feel
anger
the
as well.
same emotion?
Well, it depends on if they're an asshole or not.
Jealousy is the ugliest, and you're okay. Ugliest trait in your eyes could be jealousy.
I think
Can be
greed,
it can cause
gluttony.
I don't know. I think they're all pretty bad. I'd have a hard time pointing out one that I think's the worst. But
Well, like you said, the
yeah,
seven virtues. Keep it simple.
yeah, seven vices, seven virtues. Well,
Seven vices, seven virtues. Keep it
they're
simple.
they're worded in, you know, the different wordings of them. Like they can make people see the attributes in a different way that they didn't look at them, and sometimes what they write down is completely different. I've seen different virtues and different vices put in different charts. Just depends. So yeah, it's good to look at them all because it's written in different ways. You'll think of it in a different way. You know,
Exactly. And that's why I have like
that's
several
why I look
different
at the
astrologies that I look
yeah.
into.
That's
Yes.
why when I uh, downloaded those and printed them off, I printed off several versions so I could have several different versions,
Yes.
to look at. You
Yes.
know.
Because some people do word it better than others. Some are
Yeah.
wordsmiths and some are not.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, just listening, right? Should be able to listen to. A lot of people have a problem of getting
yeah.
triggered by different opinions that I've noticed a lot recently, and that's a real problem. If you can't
It
just
is.
listen to a different opinion that it's opposed to yours, why are you even listening to it? Why are you asking people to express it? Why are you at that place that's going to have that? Um, just accept that that's what somebody else thinks, and it's totally different and maybe contrary to any knowledge you have. It's
And
still just their opinion. Doesn't
and
have to
also
affect you.
opinions are subject to change. So why attack
Yeah,
someone that you've
yeah,
been calling friend or family
yeah. How
over
many
something
people?
that they might change their mind in 5 fucking minutes?
Yeah, or, 5 years. Who knows, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I reserve the
yeah,
right to change my mind
yeah.
and my name on my channel as I grow and evolve.
To me, that means you got some inner standing to do. Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. All right. Got another 6 minutes, and I'm going to cut it off.
6? Okay.
Yeah. So this was fun talk about Psy-Opps. I still don't
Yeah.
have anything good on that to talk about, unfortunately, because
No, well, just
I wish we had anybody out there that was up and rising that you know, was going to actually help the people or be for the people. You know, we've got all these people propped up right now. I don't know. Will they all turn on us? Like we've got, you guys have got Trump right now. He's the forerunner. We've got this guy called Polyev. He's the forerunner right now. They're all talking populist ideas. You know, what's going to happen with
mhm.
that? We'll have to wait
No,
and see.
everyone's gonna wake up. They have to.
Well, if the people, you know, are being aware of, you know, if the people turn on these ideas and do go for, you know, prosperity, instead of disparity and all that, if we force these people to do it, I don't know. I don't know if we can, right? Because they just seem
Yeah,
to pass through policy and do whatever they want, right?
yeah. For now,
So
for
I don't know.
now.
Well, I'm glad to
But
see
I'm
that there's
also,
lots of protests and people aren't afraid to protest, because they really
yeah,
did a number on the trucker strike in Canada, which they,
yeah.
yeah, you know, they brought out. I don't know. I thought they were foreign troops myself. They had 3 rows of troops to unleash on them. So 3 waves came in. The
Mhm,
last wave seemed like they weren't even from our country. A lot
mhm,
of people thought they were from the Ukraine.
yeah.
So yeah. So who
Well,
knows
they
what
could have
they'll,
been, because
you know.
I mean, who knew that Roseanne Barr was from Ukraine? So does she
Oh
doesn't
God,
look?
really? Didn't know that.
Yes, yes. So they would just look like Roseanne. How would you know that? They just look like Americans.
I'd be.
So, but yeah, just what part are you going to play on the world stage? Are you going to play
Yeah,
an asshat, or are you going to play um, like the hero scenario,
yeah.
the hero's journey? Let's do the hero's journey part. Let's
Yeah.
play that, because
That
as we
means,
do it, then others will.
yep, that means speaking out and protesting, you know. We've got to do
Yes,
it. Regardless of the consequences, you know, which are all illegal anyways, because we're allowed to have
free
redress of
speech.
grievances. Yeah.
That's right.
So,
And
you know,
grievances. Yes.
that his use of the Emergencies Act in Canada was completely overturned and deemed illegitimate. So,
Proving
that,
that they're tyrannical.
yeah.
It's right in your
So,
face. So they're going to have to wake up.
yeah. But there are still
See, right
several
now,
people in languishing in jail right now from Coots Paradise where they blocked the border.
hmm
So they
yeah,
claim that they had intent of violence and blah blah blah. They attacked the police, which is total
no, total
made up
BS.
story. Yeah.
Yes,
So
yes,
we'll have to see what happens because I agree with protests, and I have gone and protested, and I probably will again. So
oh yeah.
you know,
I can't physically go out there and do that kind of protest, but that's why I have social media. That's
yep,
why I have YouTube. That's why I have Facebook. That's why I have TikTok. I can reach more
yep.
people.
We need lots of cameras too at these protests and stuff. Lots of
Yes,
video
Cameron.
because there's going to
Yes,
be. We know that the government's always going to try to provocateur and get in there and mess it up. So lots of
yeah,
cameras. I've been telling people down at the border. Hopefully, you guys can pass it on, just in messages or whatever. Lots of cameras. Anybody has any CCT, closed circuit TV equipment, send that down
yeah.
to the border. You know, we got to keep an eye on these
Okay.
people. You know,
Yes, yes,
that's the only way. Just got to keep an eye, keep vigilant, because they'll
yes.
try and provocateur something.
They created the cameras to use against us to steal our privacy from us. So we use what they gave us
Mm-hmm.
against them.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yeah. Any last words there, Paula?
Uh,
That was my last rant.
I
Protest
pretty
and
much
make noise.
the whole time. Yeah, protest, make noise. I'm on my 7th TikTok channel, and I don't even hardly protest the political side anymore, just barely. I am mostly speaking the deeper spiritual truths,
Good
and
advice.
they are about to shut my 7th friggin' channel down.
Mm.
So
Keep going. I was
I'm
on
keeping going.
I was on a 2-week ban there for a while, so I'm just off it now. So
I thought so. It was either
yeah,
that or you were sick, but I felt more like it was a ban.
yeah, I got banned.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why anyone isn't recognizing it. They are. I think they're starting to, Chloe. Hopefully,
Well,
go
as
make
they
some
wake
noise.
up,
Make people recognize it. You know.
yes, make noise, make them recognize. Don't be quiet just because they want you to be quiet. That's the
Yeah,
wrong thing to do.
yeah. We're really turning around. At least the optics on a lot of things. And yeah, there are probably a lot of people that are Psy-Opps that are going along, but we've got to use the momentum. You know, use
Yes,
their weapons against them. You
yes,
know, just don't fall for the end of the plot. You know,
right. It doesn't end the way they want it to. Absolutely not. We
yeah,
win victorious, period. End of story.
yeah. We don't
Yes,
comply with the digital dollar. We don't comply with lockdowns. We don't comply with masking. We don't comply with everything they put forward. And that's how we win. You know.
yes.
All right,
That's
guys.
it.
Thanks for coming. Thanks for coming up, Paul. We'll
Heck
see you all
yeah.
later. Much love to you all. Keep your third eye
That's
open.
right.
Use your intelligence and your intuition and raise some shit. Bye bye.
That's right.